You know what, folks? I think it's pretty plain to see these days that the vast majority of people are running on fear. And most of the fear is unconscious, it's subliminal, because people are so used to it. They've either grown very, very accustomed to it over a long period of time, or they've been born into it. You know, people like millennials, being born 25 years old, this sort of thing, they're born straight into it. They're born into terrorism, they're born into war, they were born into government surveillance and all that sort of stuff. And so they're used to it, and they are indoctrinated, they're being propagandized, and they have been captured by the large moguls, media moguls of the world, people, and the nefarious hidden hand which is hell-bent on keeping everybody in a perpetual state of fear, so they can't collectivise. They can never just relax and start just to think and communicate with people in a regular way. You know, I was thinking, how many of you people would say that you actually have any real friends? I mean, I look around, I don't move in, any circles really, but I know people that, have got what they call circle friends, and, like, they have a little girl meeting, now and again, the girls, and sometimes, someone goes down the pub with their mates, or, go and play golf, or this sort of thing. Is that just convenience? Is that a convenient partner? Or is it really a friend? You know, when people say, oh yes, I have golfing friends, or the football friends, this, that and the other. Well, I think that's just so you can go somewhere and someone can hold your hand. To be fair, who has ever heard of anyone playing golf on their own? Why don't people just go and play golf on their own? I've never seen it. I pass through the golf course, very often. I've never ever seen one person playing golf on his own. No one's going to go to a football match on their own, are they? Then it's, they've got to have all that shit going on. So I don't think it's anything to do with friends per se. It's just bodies of convenience. Golf bodies of convenience, someone to go with. Football bodies of convenience, someone to go with and shout with, and swap that energy and all this shit. I don't know, why can't people do this stuff on their own? I've always been comfortable to do everything on my own. I don't need anyone to do all that stuff with, Anyway, I've spoken about this 1,000 times before. That's because I've never been on my own. I'm not on my own. Fucking hell. I've got the cosmos. I've got a billion fucking entities in here if I want to engage with them. Loneliness, never known it, people. Anyway, the question of the day is, how many of you would consider that you really do have friends? A friend that you're gonna lend some money to, and he's gonna pay you back, and he's not gonna forget about it, and it's not gonna be, oh yeah, can I, and all this sort of stuff. No, not friends that are gonna be trying to shag your partner, not friends that are gonna be talking about you behind your back and slagging you off. Real friends. Does anybody have real friends these days? I used to have real friends when I was growing up, in the early 20s, when you don't think about things too much, and There's nothing really to get in the way of the friendship. If you are doing the same sort of things, then you're doing the same sort of things, and you have a laugh. Nobody questions anybody's integrity, really. Nobody is arguing about politics and beliefs and religions and all that. You know, someone to smoke some fucking weed with, have a few beers, get pissed, go to a party, go to a nightclub, have a fight, and fucking that sort of thing. So who has friends? Who really has friends? You know, lots of people I listen to, high profile people, they don't have friends. Like someone, let's just say, like Jordan Peterson, Russell Brand. I've heard them say they don't have any friends. They've got associates all over the place, which they feed off. You know, they'll engage with for conversation because they're getting fucking paid by the idiots. And so they'll do that. They'll mix with other intellectuals in a similar field, and then they'll capitalise on that relationship. But I've heard Peterson say he doesn't have any friends. In actual fact, quite the contrary. Lots of people, you know, have distanced themselves from him due to, you know, his position, this, that and the other. Russell Brand is another one. He's like, I got fucking friends. All the time I've got after I finished work and I've got a bit of free time, I spend it with my kids and my family. Who's got friends? You know, you've probably got 5,000 Facebook friends, but have you got any real friends? I don't think people have these days. And I'll be very interested to hear if yes, you've got a long-term friend, you've been through thick and thin, you can actually go on holiday together, you can share the same bathroom and the same fucking room for 2 whole weeks, and you don't fall out, you don't end up fighting and this, that and the other. No, it's all good, and you can confide in each other, and you've got lots of things of interest to speak about, and you're not always in agreement, but you know, you can vocalise your opinions, and you don't offend each other. I mean, what's going on these days? Everybody's offended. Everybody on the planet, it seems, is offended. So anyway, so cooking bloke video today. You know, these sort of things, these sort of everyday things, it's like people are too frantic to just enjoy a cooking video. No, because they need to find information because they're running on fear. Fear. What's going on in the world? There's so much information, isn't there? There's a billion videos out there that everybody needs to know because it's all coming down, you know. Oh, the fucking shit's gonna happen any day soon. Apparently Elon Musk is saying, oh, September, it's all coming down, the world's gonna change. Well, I've been listening to videos from Elon Musk, and he's saying mid-September, food shortages and this and that and everything, and you know, the trucks aren't getting through and whatever. I've not heard anything. Look, this guy's got fingers on the pulse, and he said he contemplated it for a long time. He was looking at high profile businesses and this, and they were doing this, that and the other. They were making machinations, they were doing surreptitious surreptitious shit. Let's just say they were selling shares, buying shares, or they were stocking up, or they were moving their family, or making arrangements to move their families, this, that and the other. This is what Musk has been saying. I don't know whether you guys are familiar with this, but apparently he's been talking to his kids, and he's been saying to his kids, you know, if you know, had to put all your possessions in one, you know, suitcase, so what would the things be that you wouldn't want to leave behind? And the kids are going, are we going somewhere, Dad? Dad, why are you looking sad when you don't think we're looking at you? And these sort of things. And so anyway, apparently Elon Musk, if it's true, you don't know whether it's true, you watch these videos, the CGI, they're not him, it's not really his fucking voice. Elon Musk is like, you know, you can hardly get any sense out of Elon Musk at all. But on these videos, Elon Musk warns us that we've only got 1 week left, and this and the other. Well, if you go and look at those videos, you've got a CGI, it's a softer, it's a much more eloquent and softer sort of speaking Elon Musk. And Elon Musk doesn't speak like that. What the fuck's going on? You can't trust anything these days, that's what's going on. And so anyway, there's lots of people saying that America's fucked, America is so fucking broke. And of course you've got this thing going on between China and Russia and Iran and, you know, other, you know, countries like that, Brazil, you know, you've got countries that are starting to have allegiance with each other, trade agreements with each other, and they're bypassing the US dollar and they're bypassing America. So it looks like it's over for America, to be quite frank. It's been on the cards for a long, long time. You know, all empires must fall, and America's going to fall. And so anyway, people, even if they don't know this consciously, then they're feeling the vibration. Everybody's wanting to kill each other. Everybody's looking for truth. And that video that I made the other day saying that, what fucking truth? What fucking facts and what fucking truth? But you know, hardly anybody liked that video, simply because they are so desperate for things to be true and real, because otherwise they feel destabilised. I don't feel destabilised in the slightest, knowing that there's no fucking facts in this cosmos, knowing that there'll never ever be any definitive truth. You know, look, okay, if I drop this and it's going to fall down and break, okay, well that's a fact, Aaron. Well look, you know, you can say they're facts, but then you can say, well, they are laws within this simulation. Are we really going to call that a fact, or are we just going to say that it's written into the simulation? For those of you that are familiar with Tom Campbell's theory of everything, he's sort of speaking about the simulation. Everything's just a rule set, nothing fucking real, just a simulation. You know, look, it's very, very deep, people. What I'm saying here is, the vast majority of people, they're not really with it. They're not psychoanalysts, they're not philosophers, they're not big thinkers. You spend the vast majority of your time flitting around on YouTube videos, and that's all you really know. And you can't depend or trust any of that stuff, because it's all contradictory, it's all fucking deceptive, and it's all fucking propaganda and this, that and the other. And how many predictions have we listened to? Well, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and the weeks just pass by and nothing happens, does it? And then all of a sudden, what does happen? Stuff that's absolutely not predicted. Shit just falls out of the fucking sky on planet Earth and happens. And so, you know, I keep abreast of it a little bit, but I've got 24 hours a day. So that doesn't rule my world, people. I like to spend time preparing food, cooking, you know, having a couple of beers, practicing my singing, fucking tutorials, play the guitar and sing some songs. I'm going to go to the gym in a minute, go walking, foraging some fucking mushrooms or something. There's a lot going on in my life other than what you see in these videos, people. I'm actually living a life, you know. And so I watch a lot of that stuff, and I read also different sorts of stuff. And I can see that the world is really, really irate at this moment in time. And I think people who could spend time watching a nature video or a cooking video or just somebody just casually talking about life, I think those days are pretty well over. And we can all see this in the algorithms, and I can see it in the interest in my videos. Nobody's interested in food and health and enjoy themselves and just a little bit of meditation in the kitchen listening to some reggae or something. Nobody's fucking interested in that. Tell me what Musk is saying, tell me what Trump is doing, tell me what Keir Starmer's got up his fucking sleeve. And it's all fear, 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 terror, terror, terror. Honest to goodness, I don't give a fuck. A meteorite shower could come hurtling down on Earth tomorrow. this afternoon. I don't give a fuck. We could have World War III, we could have nuclear holocaust, all this fucking shit. I'm going to take it all in my stride because I know that I'm not this definitive human being. I am something vastly the fucking cosmos. And so, no fear, no fear. And I've never been a fear-based person in any case. Of my own flesh. Oh, what if this... What if someone gets my details? And what if someone tries to dox me? Oh, what if soldiers come kicking in my fucking door? What of it? What of it, people? Anyway, I'm obviously not speaking to the converted. Very, very few of you have the inner strength, you know, and you won't like to admit it. Like when I put that video up the other day, you know, why don't you put your fucking face up? What's wrong with you? Put my face up, you fucking down. They've got your number. Trust me, people. They've got your fucking number. And you can use your VPNs and whatever fucking shit. And if they can't find you via those fucking avenues, I'm telling you now, your own mother or father will stick you in. Let me just fucking make that perfectly clear. I've seen that shit all over the world. And all I've got to do is fucking read history. Go back to the Russian communist days. The amount of family members would be sticking in a family member to the state because the state wanted this and wanted that and didn't want this and didn't like that. Well, if people started saying something about Stalin or the state or what was going on, fucking hell, that afternoon the Stasi would be round, the henchmen, and they'd end up in a gulag for 10 fucking years. Why? Because their fucking own wife or husband stuck them in. I'm telling you, people, human being, you think heart, you think love runs through everyone's heart. Fucking in your dreams it does, in your fucking dreams. You know what I want to happen? I want something really, really major to happen. I want civil war to happen. Because when that happens, you're going to see who your fucking friends are. You're going to see how bonded your family members are, and your lovers and your partners and all this. And I'm absolutely guaranteeing there ain't going to be no fucking bondage at all. The only time anyone's ever going to be bonded is when you really need each other, when you're depending on each other for your own survival. That's the only time the human beings coming together and being bonded, like a band of brothers, you know, like Marines fighting in the jungle. Oh, fuck, they'll have your back. Of course they will, because they need to have your fucking back. But then when, you know, you're out in civvy land and there's a fight in a boozar, you ain't getting involved. No. I'm too long in the tooth for all this love bullshit. The human race is heading to fucking hell. And to be quite frank, I don't see it ever coming from heaven, contrary to what the Bible says. No, there weren't never any heaven as far as the human being's concerned. Where heaven resides, people, is for the primates. Primates are living in heaven because they don't have an ego. The ego is actually the creator of hell. Anyway, saying a lot again, aren't I? Saying a lot. So today, I'm having this beef. Now, this is a beautiful joint of beef, and I have coated it with copious amounts of mustard. It's all, you know, marinated into the meat now, and loads of black pepper and loads of granulated garlic on both sides. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in there. Oh, and you see all that? All that is going to go in there. And that is going to be very tasty. And then to add to that, I have a chilli, a clove of garlic, or an onion of garlic, and half an onion. Now, I would have put in a lot more garlic and chilli had I had it, but I don't have. And so just gonna, in actual fact, I don't, well, yeah, let's see if we can push those in, because push them in and hopefully they won't get all dried out. See how that goes. And then the onion, all that around there. Okay. And then, what I'm going to do, people, I'm going to put some brown ale in there, because the meat will be absorbing that, and that also will give the vegetables the opportunity to get nice and moist and you know, make a sauce. And so I think even a little bit more. Yeah. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the oven on a low heat, and I'm going to go to the gym. When I come back, that should be beautiful and tender. And I think just to ensure, I'm going to put some baking foil over it. What's this? Baking paper sheets. I thought I was getting baking foil. You know, we can look at things and take things for granted. But so I've got non-stick baking paper instead of baking foil. Anyway, well, I can just put a baking tray on top, like that. So I can put that in the oven on a low gas. Mark. It's going to be on 180. And then I'll be back for the consumption of that. So just in case you've forgotten my question already, it's about friends. I mean, you know, I've had friends, and sometimes I have friends, but I'm not the sort of person that chases friends. If I don't see anyone, or for instance, if I send someone an email, how you doing, what's happening, and I don't hear from them, that's it. I won't bother chasing. And I can just very easily let people go just like that. And if I've got friends today, and sometimes we text and sometimes we see each other, if I don't hear from them, I'm fine. I just carry on. You know, I'm like, oh, what's happened to so-and-so? Oh, let me phone them up. Let me see what's going on. Are you all right? Everything all right? I'm not sufficiently interested. I'm not bothered. I'm very, very busy in my own life. And to be fair, you know, if friends are working, if friends are doing this and that, they've all got their shit. And it's all shit. And it's kind of like, I'm not really interested in their shit. And, you know, I've got my, you know, way of doing things, and, you know, it's kind of like they're not really interested in what I say or do. We live different lives. Everyone's living different lives. It's not like we've got this big unity together. We've got this allegiance, and, you know, we're talking about all the same stuff. Those days are fucking gone. You know, I used to have that on, you know, my channels. I used to have a lot of people, talking with a lot of people all over the world. But something's happened, and some people may think that's me, and you know, it may be partially me, but I don't think it's all been me. I've given people the opportunity to come and talk, and fuck's sake, I'm always putting my videos up so they can see me. They can still see what I stand for, what I'm saying, and this, that, and the other. And they could, if they wanted to, say, you know, let's catch up, you know, blah blah blah. You know, could it be that every one of them has fallen by the wayside because they don't agree with what I said here or what I said there? They've always known I say a lot of stuff, and I don't believe in any of it. I just think people are falling back into their own insecurity, into their own insular way, and they don't want to come and have a public conversation so other people can start measuring them and, you know, weighing them and assessing them with what they say and things like that. No. People, I don't think people want to do that. The only people that are really doing that, if you look around, are the people that are looking in business. They're making money from it, and so they're high profile and blah 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 blah, and they're making money. Yeah, but when you listen to all these people, they're all disturbed. Charlie Kirk, fucking, his head was fucked with it. His head was fucked with it. How many people hated Charlie Kirk just for trying to help people? How many people hate Russell Brand? How many people hate Jordan Peterson? How many people hate Sam Harris? You know, there's loads of people. They've really got haters. And I'm like, I look at what I do, and I'm like, fucking hell, it's been years since I've had any haters. You know, and if I have had one hater, you know, in the last few years or something, it's been one person that's just insane, just fucking mental, and has just pursued me to the end of the earth. But other than that, I don't care. You. No, I say a lot of things, and people kind of like, I don't know whether they're dead to it, but it just washes over them. What is it? Help me out with a few things. I'm asking you, do you have friends? And why don't you hate on me? You know, hardly ever do I get thumbs down. And if I get thumbs down, I got like 1 or maybe 2 thumbs down with my cooking video yesterday, and I'm thinking, is it because of the pork? Oh, you're eating pork, or you're eating meat, you kill pig bodies, and all this stuff, you know, probably that. But really, about me, does anybody hate me? Does anybody really dislike me? You can say it. Please just say it. You know, do I piss you off? And if I do piss you off, lots of people have told me I piss them off sometimes, and then they need a bit of a break from my videos, but then they come back and they realise that what I said was fucking true, and that's why it hurt them so much, but they're over it now, and that sort of thing. So what's your opinion about the Awake and Brave? Why don't you just fucking engage? Let's start to get real, people. Because people are just dropping by the wayside. No one's really communicating. They're putting a little bit of this down, a little bit of that down, anonymously, and no one's communicating. I've always asked people just to come forward and just tell it the way it is. Talk about your life, your views. Be open. Who gives a fuck? The meteorite shower's coming any day soon. Armageddon's coming in any day soon. The fucking Swahili folks from the Middle East, they're infiltrating everyone's fucking country. They're already here, but there's more's coming. And so, people, you know, life's too short. Life's too short to be hiding under your stone. That's what I'm saying. And so anyway, I'm just living. I'm enjoying myself. What are you doing?